Hi, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We are continuing Avatar The Last Airbender. This is Book 3, Chapter 16, titled The Southern Raiders, which I don't know what that refers to specifically, but holy fucking shit. This last half of this season, or just this season, like the entire thing, has just been amazing, season 3. And we are getting very close to the finale now. These are the two episodes that we're watching today, chapter 16 and chapter 17. They're the last ones before we get into the 4-part finale. And I cannot believe that we're already this close, or already, like we've been doing this for a little while, but it's just, I'm excited, but also a bit sad that it's almost over. I know you feel the same.
Yeah.
Because Avatar, it's become such a dear series to us, to our hearts, and everything. It means a lot already, and we are so invested in this world and these characters and everything that's going on. So I do think that we're gonna need to have the tissues ready for the finale,
Yeah.
but we're not there yet. We still have these 2 episodes to go through. So yeah, the Southern Raiders. I don't know what I'm expecting. I know what I hope that we're gonna see Iroh soon again. I know I've said this a couple of times now, but we miss Iroh. Like we haven't seen him a lot this season. He was captured, then he bulked up, and he escaped, and then we haven't really seen him since. But I think that when he pops up again, then maybe it's gonna have something to do with this secret order of the Lotus thing, because they've been building that slowly in the background, with the Lotus tiles and all of that. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking at least. But I don't want to theorize any more than that. Are you ready to jump into it?
Yes, I don't know if this is like the proper color of yellow for the Fire Nation, but
Oh, okay.
I tried.
I tried, yeah, and I tried as well. Still trying to do the Fire Nation colors. But let's do it. And you can of course always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Avatar. We are 4 episodes ahead. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. Here we go. Yeah, that was the Southern Raiders. Didn't involve Iroh, but we did get into the whole thing with Sokka and Katara's mother. And it does seem like it was confirmed towards the end that she did die. He did kill her.
I'm not
Because
taking any prisoners.
yeah, exactly. And then you can only start to wonder like why, when they got back to the house, like why was she gone at that point? But that might have been because he just
Burn it to crisp.
burned her, and there was nothing left of her. That's really morbid, and I get why they don't get into it any further in a show like
Mm.
this. But whew, yeah, that was a tough one. That was a really, really, really heavy episode where yeah, Katara got to go on a little adventure with Zuko, but it wasn't, as adventurous as what Aang got to do with Zuko, and then
No.
everything in the previous 2 episodes with Sokka and the Boiling Rock prison. This one was just pretty serious all the way through, and dealing with something very real, like this feeling of anger and hate and what to do with it, and not letting yourself disappear into it, be consumed by it, and exacting revenge, like what does it help, and the question of forgiveness. Should you forgive someone like this? Can you ever forgive someone like this? It's just, yeah, good stuff, but once again, yeah, heavy subject matter that they got into, very heavy.
Heavy, but also very important, and
Hmm.
of course, a very big trope as well. The
Yeah,
whole talk about revenge and when is it justice, when is it revenge. Um,
yeah,
yeah.
being strong as a person, like how do you exhibit that you are, like, do you exhibit weakness or strength, like, some people would argue that being soft or trying to forgive or let go of things, that's a weakness, where like I'm sure we would both argue that no, it's quite the opposite. That takes a lot of strength, like
strength of character.
exactly, succumbing to the hatred and the anger, that's a weakness. And thankfully she did not do that, although she did use bloodbending. She didn't use it on the actual guy. She used it on someone who was more or less innocent, as a Fire Nation soldier can get. Southern Raiders, I guess. But
she was so angry, and
yeah,
that's when it's starting to be bothersome or troublesome. When you're starting to use something as invasive as bloodbending, as not necessarily as a sort of revenge, but it was kind of like in the name of revenge that she was doing it. And that's when you start to lose track of yourself. Yes. And that's what happened with Hama as well.
Exactly, and we know that Katara doesn't want that. Like that's why she broke down crying at the end of that episode, with Hama and the bloodbending, because she did it, and she was like,
now she's tainted.
Exactly, now she's tainted. Now she will forever be someone who can bloodbend, who has that in her,
and trying to resist the temptation of actually using it.
Yes, and she didn't really resist it in this one then, but
she was too consumed by her own hatred or anger.
Yeah, and yeah, on a mission to get revenge, or at least to get some answers, and find the one who hurt your mother, and going with Zuko, who's like, he can also be a bit vindictive sometimes, and like he's on the good path now, definitely, but he still has that side to him sometimes that will be a bit, a bit aggressive, I would call it. Yeah, he's definitely still has that, and we saw it at the beginning of the episode when Azula showed up with the Fire Nation and the big ass ships, and they attacked the air temple. That was holy. We got into it really quick in this episode. There was a lot of action, from the get go. And a cool little battle there that none of them really won, but they both survived, obviously. But he went straight for Azula. He's like, I'm gonna finish this shit now. It was, yeah. If he hadn't, like, if they hadn't picked him up or gone back for him, like, he would just have gone out there with Azula, maybe even, or I don't know. Like, he was gunning for her.
But I think perhaps, or I kind of hope that confrontation that marked her in a way, because now she's alone, as somebody pointed out, that we had Zuko alone, now we have Azula alone.
Oh yeah,
and the fact that she could see that he was being saved by the enemy, like by someone else, like actual friends, like actual people that want to do good by him, not because they have to, because of blood bonds or like alliance or whatever, but because they believe in him and believe in the goodness of his person.
Yeah.
And that's something that she might have never experienced, or haven't experienced, like, at all.
It's not really a concept that she's familiar with. And yeah, we talked about that before, the concept of love, contra, just the opposite of fear. She understands fear. She doesn't necessarily understand love in the same way. But yeah, she was alone. She didn't get saved. She had to save herself, which she's still very capable of doing that, definitely. But soon something's gonna happen there when she realizes that, yeah, I don't have the same sort of allies around me who will be there for me and save my ass and protect me and stand up for me, like Zuko does now, and he's earned that, very much so.
Even so much that, well, the last of the gang has suddenly
forgiven him now.
Suddenly, well, yeah, but finally,
yes,
forgiven him.
Exactly. I do also understand why she, in particular, like, she was like, I trusted you once. So much so that I was I was the first one to trust you. So much so that I was about to use this holy water thing on you that she really needed later to save Aang. So it's actually a good thing she didn't get to use it on him to heal his scar. But yeah, she was the first one to trust him, and she definitely got burned. And she didn't really get over that until at the very end here. And yeah, she forgave him. She didn't forgive the guy who killed her mother, but you don't have to. Like, as long as you can let the anger go, you don't have to forgive, and you don't have to forget. But it's just, I think, more about letting this anger go and not letting it consume you and yeah, be a hindrance.
I think it was a very big thing for her because, of course, we haven't really seen much of this side of Katara where she's just
Angry as fuck.
angry
No.
and basically ready to revenge people, like revenge her hurt.
No, yeah.
Yeah, or avenge, I don't know. Yeah. But I think this was important for her in a way that she has been, well, of course she told us that she's been thinking about what kind of person does this to another human being, like and then he said, yeah, I did a bad thing and whatever, and she just looked at him. And I think one thing is to really hate someone, but pity.
Yeah.
She was pitying him. She was like, she was just like, well, you're just a sad person. You're empty. You're just a shell. You're nothing.
Yeah, you're not
I'm
even
nothing you.
Yeah. You're not even worth the time and effort it takes to freaking kill you. Like, you're nothing. You're
worthless.
Exactly. You're empty inside, and yeah, you said all of that. So yeah, she just let him live on, in his miserable existence.
And we saw how miserable
it was. And he was even like that. That was one of the few funny things in this episode, except for the whole Sokka and Suki
oh my God.
in the tent. But him being like, you can take my mother. You can, like, that's like a mom for a mom. Like, that's fair, right? And we of course saw that she's not nice to him at all. She wasn't nice to him at all.
And letting him live in such a horrible miserable existence is punishment enough.
Yes.
Because that's even sadder and more hurtful than just ending it and making it a nice, easy, or not nice, easy at least, quick and easy out. Exit.
He didn't get that.
Nope.
And, he doesn't deserve it.
She let him live too, so he could just wallow in his own worthlessness.
Yeah. If it even like dawns on him, I think like the only reason he was showing remorse was because his life was on the line.
Exactly.
Like, he is probably just a horrible human being.
Damn.
Doesn't feel a lot of remorse, doesn't really feel anything. So yeah, just as we said, let him rot.
And then just ending it up with saying, I don't know if I was too weak to do it, or if I was strong enough to not do it. And we already concluded on that, but I think there's a very nice giveaway or takeaway from this, especially when it comes to kids. Like, weakness does not equal lack of violence or lack of punishment in that regard. That it's strength of character, is forgiveness. It's actually seeing people for who they are and judge their character based off of that instead of
and not resorting to violence, not resorting to everything that comes with the hate and the anger. Because as you just said, strength doesn't necessarily equal physical strength and being strong in that way and killing people or being violent. Like, that's real strength comes from within.
Resilience is strength.
Exactly. And being empathetic, that's also a strength. Very, very, very much so. Not that you have to be empathetic towards everybody. Not everybody necessarily deserves your empathy, but just having that capacity. But hey, now the group, they split up. So we had the ones going through the tunnel, and then we have like the original gang almost, including Suki, and then of course Zuko's there, but yeah, the others they went through that tunnel thing, so we don't exactly know.
Sorry.
So we don't exactly know where they are going, but I hope they're gonna meet up again, or well, I think that they definitely are before the finale happens. And then I know I quickly mentioned it, but still that one scene with Sokka and the tent, and he was just ready for some lovin' with Suki. And I love how she and Zuko, they arrived at the tent at the same time, and she was like, nope, nothing. I don't. Wrong tent. That was just nope. I don't need to talk to him. And it's like, no, you didn't go there to talk to him, did you? No. And then we got it confirmed immediately as Zuko entered. And then, yeah, that's just... even though this was a very serious episode, they're still so good at sprinkling in these moments of levity in every comic episode. Relief, and comic, like a lot of comedy in pretty much all of the episodes. And something that works for both kids and adults. In this case, I think it works on two levels, very much so. Yep. And with that, do you have anything else you want to get into?
What is Sokka gonna use Momo for?
Oh, I'm not sure I want to really think about that. Yeah, can I borrow Momo for a week, or what did he say, on 10 days? Or he's like, for what, dude? And especially thinking back on the other situation was
no.
It's like, what, man? What? Sorry, I didn't mean to put any weird images into anyone's minds.
No.
We're just gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. And we will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.